So we here to talk about it. After all this hoopla, all this nonsense, we here to talk about it. Is this mine? Sorry, I thought some shit was mine. Anyways, K.A. coming back from the gray room, you know what I'm saying? My voice sounds off, you know, I'm a little sick, you know what I'm saying? But we still got a lot of attitude. We here to talk real quick. So apparently, Diddy has been sentenced to over 4 years in prison. Yes, Diddy, yes. His magical Skittles on October 3rd. I'm recording this on October 4th, by the way. But on October 3rd, shout out my man, it's his birthday. Shout out my homegirl today, my bestie, you know, it's her birthday today as well. But anyways, my dude, well, not even my dude, the Diddler, the supervillain, when it comes to his use of baby oil and excrement after you finish relieving yourself in a lady. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he got 4 years, you know what I'm saying? They tried to argue it, they tried to bring it down. He was trying to leave the day of, you know, get him a couple months or maybe like 11 months or whatever have you. Now, he do got a year. He got like 50 months, so it's kind of like 3 to 4 years again he got. He got time served. He's been doing a couple programs so he can even get out earlier than that, and he cooperated, so again, he could get out earlier than that. For the people who was thinking he was going to get all of the 20 years, I told y'all he ain't going to get it. But he got 4 years, and we're here to talk about it. It was apparently like a lot of people were writing like letters. Cassie wrote a letter to the judge as well. And I know a lot of people like to brush that over because he only is charged with 2 counts of transportation for prostitution. And you try to say like, oh, that was like his vice. You know, he paid for them to, you know, be there so he could handle his shit. And to be fair, listen, I always say it, you know, adult work, you know what I'm saying, is one of the oldest hustles in the book. It is one of the most, there's been whole houses and hoes and all this since the beginning of time. There's been, you know, it's been around. So I'm not going to sit here act like it's some new shit. You know what I mean? But still, he got caught up for some shit. If they released him today, I think everybody would be in awe and anger over it. He thought he was going to eat shit. If you let that boy out, the amount of baby oil that would have been ordered to wherever he's staying, that nigga would have had one of the biggest Diddy parties in life. That shit would have went on for a year. Seen everybody in there taking IVs, passed out. Nigga, everybody would have a baby oil bottle in at least one of their offices. Yo, it would have been ridiculous. But he got 4 months. We about to read about it. Again, how do you feel? Honestly, with all this shit I heard, again, like I've been saying, he might get 5 to 10 or 12 or whatever. I said he was going to get the full 20, but honestly, should have getting that. Hey, if it was me, if I was a judge, I think 4 is reasonable. I'd have gave that nigga like 7 or so, 6 or 7. Honestly, just like, hey, big dog, you was doing a little too much. Sit down a little bit. You know, you get time, sir. You doing your little programs or whatever. And they try to say he had like some speaking arrangement, whatever the fuck he was doing. But I was like, bro, where you gonna go speak? Unless like you get in the bag for the first puff interview after the verdict. I know there's a lot of money and a lot of attention that will come with that. That pretty much you'll make your money back because everybody wants to hear that. But even still, it was like, nigga, who you gonna go to? You ain't going to no school. And mind you, as much as, yes, people still fuck with Diddy, and I think business-wise or whatever, he might be okay. Some relationships he is going to have to fix, so I do want to see how that turns out for him. But yeah, let's read it. So you're going to hear some sniffles. Like I said, my nose congested a little bit, so you're going to hear a little bit of sniffles here and there. But anyways, all eyes were on the courtroom today as hip-hop mogul Diddy was officially sentenced following his transportation conviction. A couple of months ago, Diddy was officially convicted of 2 counts of transportation for the purpose of prostitution. While he was found not guilty on the largest charges, those other 2 counts could still come with massive penalties. So even though he's okay, he could still... Yo, it's crazy how I start reading this shit, now my nose want to act funny. But anyways, over the past few weeks, Diddy has been in jail contemplating what life might be like if he gets hit with the maximum sentence. 1 count on transportation for prostitution... Sorry, I think I'm reading too fast. Can come with a maximum sentence of 10 years. Going into today's sentencing, the hip-hop mogul was facing a total of 20 years in prison. There was a lot of commotion at the courthouse today as Diddy's family was in attendance for the sentencing. The mogul addressed the court, his family, and the judge in an attempt to get a lenient sentence. However, the judge was not impressed with the mogul's arguments, noting that Diddy hasn't shown remorse for his victims, while the victims. But hey, by the way, I know some people who have filed lawsuits against them, they couldn't prove it. I'm telling you, that civil court now, hey, listen. Besides Cassie, I know somebody else is gonna get paid. Somebody else is gonna get paid. But anyways. While the defense tried to show that the mogul is someone who deeply cares about people, it wasn't enough to stop him from getting major prison time. I ain't gonna lie, I know Carisha was happy as fuck. She thought he was coming home, he was about to drop a bag. Niggas was about to see Carisha please again. Anyways, according to Inner City Press, Diddy received a sentence of 50 months, which amounts to just over 4 years in prison. Like I said, he already got a year, so it's basically like 4 years. Or 3. It's three and a pop, you know. A little bit, you know what I'm saying? So, Judge Aran Sabramanan, if I'm mispronouncing your name, I apologize, was very honest and blunt with Diddy during the sentencing. In a history of good works can't wash away the record of this case, he said. You abuse these women, you use that abuse to get your way. Free cops and a hotel night. You had to say Wild King Nights. You had to say the free cops. The Wild King Nights. You had to give him some of that. The evidence of the abuse is massive. A significant sentence is required to deter. The court is now not convinced this would not happen again. At this time, it is unknown where Diddy will be serving the 4-year sentence. What we do know is that the legal team will be back in court on Monday to discuss the case. Whether or not time served will be considered is still to be determined. Either way, the prosecution wanted 11 years, while the defense wanted 14 months. The judge met both sides in the mid. 11 and 14. I'd have gave that nigga 5 or 6. If we was meeting in the middle of 11 and 14 months, I'd have gave that nigga 5 to 6. But anyway, that's just me. It has also been revealed that a fine of $500,000 has been imposed here. We will be sure to keep you updated this develops. And right now, even though Diddy good, like I know he got some type of money coming in, that's what still fuck. $500,000, that's still a large chunk, bro. That's still a large chunk. So hey, the Ditto saga is over. Clap it up if you've been rocking with me for this long. I've been doing so many stories talk about this nigga. So clap it up. The Diddy, well, it's not over, but he got his sentence. We'll see if they reduce it anymore. Well, we'll see. The next time we might come back to you with if more people bring out civil cases against them. But we're going to get like a couple people's reactions to this, you know what I'm saying? Because they're funny. But besides that, like, when I will come back to you next with like more proper meaningful news if his shit gets reduced and when he finally gets out. Because I'm telling you, the longer you keep that boy in, he's just going to keep sitting over there rubbing his hands until he get that baby oil. And when he do get that baby oil, he coming for all the women. The free cops, the Wild King Nights will be back. Yes, who knows? He gonna have Tussie. And Tuesday the rap. I'm joking. You gonna have some Tussie, some Molly, some Fenty. You gonna have it all. And I ain't talking about Fenty, the clothing brand, what Rihanna got going on. No, I'm talking about fentanyl. You heard me. Oh, the Diddler will be back to his shenanigans. So again, I would have gave him a longer time, but again, what y'all think about it? Comes down below, links in the description. It's your friendly neighborhood K.A. Think of the victims. I know I'm joking a lot with my tone, but also think of the victims as well. They went through a lot. Shout out to Cassie, did her thing as well. And hey, she got some money out of it, and she told the truth. You gotta respect it at the end of the day. But at the end of the day, they gotta end. So like, subscribe, help your boy out. I'm gone. Shalom, peace, y'all, gang.